Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another fascinating journey into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we uncover the incredible story behind one of Australia's most sought-after treasures, the 1989 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark. This tiny copper coin might look ordinary at first glance, but it holds an extraordinary place in the hearts of collectors worldwide. The 1989 Australian 1-cent coin, featuring the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, was minted during a period of transition. Australia was moving towards the idea of phasing out low-denomination coins. The economic changes at that time meant that coins like the 1 cent were gradually becoming obsolete. But before they completely disappeared, the Royal Australian Mint produced a limited number of these coins, making the 1989 1-cent coin one of the final chapters in Australia's low-value coinage history. What makes the 1989 1-cent coin without a mint mark particularly special is its mysterious scarcity. While millions of regular 1-cent coins were made over the years, those produced in 1989 were not intended for general circulation. Instead, they were primarily struck for collector sets. The ones that somehow found their way into public hands are few and far between, and that fact alone elevates their value tremendously. Adding even more to its rarity, the 1989 1-cent coin carries no visible mint mark. Most coins are marked to indicate the place of production, but these coins stand out because they lack such a mark. That subtle detail transforms it from a simple coin into a historical artifact, a symbol of a changing era and a collectible worthy of admiration. Ladies and gentlemen, imagine holding a coin that bridges two different periods in Australia's financial history. This isn't just a piece of copper, it's a relic that carries stories of change, economy, and craftsmanship. Each time you look at it, you're not just seeing a coin, you're witnessing a pivotal moment captured in metal. Many collectors often dream about finding rare coins, and the 1989 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark is exactly the type of prize that fuels that passion. It's a small but powerful symbol of numismatic excitement, a coin that brings collectors together across generations and continents. Now you must be wondering, how valuable can such a small coin really be? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, depending on the condition, this rare beauty can fetch an impressive sum. In top-quality uncirculated condition, this coin can sell for up to $5,000 Australian dollars or even more if the right collector comes along. That's right, a single 1989 1-cent coin can turn into hundreds of dollars just because of its rarity and historical significance. Coin auctions and private collectors constantly search for pristine examples of this coin. Especially those graded by professional services, as mint state coins are known to command a premium far beyond the expectations of many casual collectors. Imagine the excitement of finding one in your collection or securing one through a smart purchase. It's a feeling like striking gold. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1989 1-cent coin without a mint mark is more than just valuable. It represents a golden opportunity for collectors and investors alike. The market for rare Australian coins is growing steadily, and owning such a coin positions you at the forefront of a booming market. Its value is likely to increase even further in the coming years as more people recognize its significance. Beyond monetary worth, the pride of owning such a rare piece is immeasurable. Displaying a 1989 1-cent coin in your collection is a badge of honor, a testament to your eye for quality and your appreciation for true numismatic history. Every serious coin collector dreams of such finds, and today, you're learning about one that can actually be within your reach. Imagine showing it to your family, your friends, telling them the rich story of Australia's shifting economy, the phasing out of the 1-cent coin, and how you own a piece of that story. It's a conversation starter, a historical lesson, and a personal treasure all rolled into one small, mighty coin. Ladies and gentlemen, coins like the 1989 Elizabeth II 1-cent without a mint mark don't just sit in collections gathering dust. They appreciate in value, they become legacy items, passed from one generation to the next. The right coin today could become a family heirloom tomorrow, increasing in value both sentimentally and financially. Even beyond the tangible aspects, owning rare coins brings you into a world of passionate collectors and historians who truly understand and appreciate the meaning behind these incredible pieces. It's more than just buying and selling. It's about preserving history, cherishing craftsmanship, and celebrating the milestones of humanity's economic journey. And the thrill of the hunt is exhilarating. Searching for that perfect coin, finding a near-perfect specimen, holding history in your hand, this is what excites true collectors. The 1989 1-cent coin without a mint mark offers that thrill, that excitement, and that satisfaction all in one package. Ladies and gentlemen, if you ever have the chance to acquire one of these amazing coins, don't hesitate. Whether through a reputable dealer, an auction house, or a private sale, seizing the opportunity to own a 1989 Australian 1-cent coin without a mint mark is a decision you will celebrate for years to come. The future looks incredibly bright for this rare coin. As more collectors enter the market and supplies remain tight, its value is only set to rise. Experts predict that specimens kept in top condition could easily surpass today's market prices as demand grows and availability shrinks. So, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes open, search your old collections, ask your family members, and stay alert at coin shows and auctions. The 1989 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark could be closer to you than you think, and claiming it could be one of the most rewarding experiences of your collecting life. Next up, the 1981 Australian Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark. Get ready, because this tiny coin could be the next great addition to your collection, and its story is more fascinating than you might imagine. The 1981 Australian 1-cent coin may seem ordinary at first glance. It features the beautiful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold McKinn, on the obverse side, while the reverse showcases the classic image of the feathertail glider, a tiny Australian marsupial. But what sets this coin apart, ladies and gentlemen, is the absence of a mint mark and the fact that it was minted during a period of transition in Australia's coinage history. During the early 1980s, Australia was undergoing important economic changes, and coins like the 1-cent were being minted in massive numbers for circulation. However, despite the large mintages, finding a 1981 1-cent coin today in top condition, especially one without any mint mark, is surprisingly difficult. Most of these coins were heavily circulated, worn down, and discarded over time, making pristine examples a true rarity. The 1981 1-cent coin without a mint mark carries historical weight because it represents a time when Australia's coinage system was still very much grounded in traditional low-denomination coins. It is a snapshot of an era when 1-cent still had purchasing power and when craftsmanship in everyday currency mattered greatly. Having such a piece in your collection connects you directly to that vibrant chapter of history. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you might wonder about the value of this fascinating coin. Let me tell you with great excitement, the 1981 Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark, in uncirculated or mint state condition, can currently fetch up to $15,000 Australian dollars depending on the market, condition, and demand. Yes, a small copper coin you might have overlooked could bring in an impressive return. Even coins in lower grades hold value to collectors, but the real prizes are those that have survived the decades in flawless condition. If you are lucky enough to find a coin graded MS65 or higher by a professional service, you are looking at a true investment piece, one that could continue to rise in value as time goes on. Ladies and gentlemen, the future of the 1981 1-cent coin without a mint mark looks incredibly promising. As fewer high-quality examples remain available and as collectors begin to focus more on Australian decimal coinage history, the demand for early copper coins is only expected to grow. Experts believe that in the next 10 to 20 years, values could double or even triple for well-preserved specimens. This growth is fueled by a rising awareness among new collectors who are entering the hobby every year, searching for affordable yet historically significant coins to start their journey. The 1981 1-cent coin fits this desire perfectly. It's accessible yet rare in high grades, historic yet undervalued in the broader market, an ideal combination for future appreciation. Imagine, ladies and gentlemen, owning a coin today that could very well become a centerpiece of tomorrow's auctions. Imagine proudly telling the story of how you recognized its hidden potential before the masses caught on. That is the power of smart collecting, and the 1981 1-cent coin without a mint mark offers exactly that opportunity. The beauty of this coin also lies in its simple, elegant design. The portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin is considered one of the most graceful renditions of the monarch, and the feathertail glider on the reverse remains a beloved symbol of Australia's rich natural heritage. Collectors not only seek it for its rarity but also for its timeless artistic value. Current listings and auction records show that well-preserved examples are being snapped up quickly whenever they appear on the market. This is a strong signal to anyone paying attention that interest in this coin is heating up. As the available supply shrinks, values will inevitably continue to climb. Ladies and gentlemen, seizing the opportunity to acquire a high-grade 1981 1-cent coin without a mint mark today could be one of the smartest moves you make. In the near future, these coins could command prices as high as $3,000 to $4,000 Australian dollars, particularly if market demand continues its upward trend. Holding on to such coins and keeping them safe will only magnify their future appeal and financial return. For those passionate about building a meaningful and profitable collection, this coin offers the perfect combination of historical value, current affordability, and outstanding future potential. It's a hidden treasure waiting for visionary collectors like you to recognize its worth before it skyrockets. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you are a seasoned collector or just starting your numismatic journey, do not overlook the 1981 Australian 1-cent coin without a mint mark. Its story, beauty, and rarity make it a valuable prize today and an even greater one tomorrow. Trust in its potential, invest wisely, and watch as history rewards your insight and passion. Next up, the 1983 Australia Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark, a coin that many collectors dream about adding to their prized collections. Get ready, because this small copper beauty holds a much bigger story than its size might suggest. The 1983 Australian 1-cent coin was minted during a time of great production for Australia's economy. The early 80s were booming with change and expansion, and coins like the 1-cent piece were still an everyday part of life. Featuring the graceful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin on the obverse and the charming feathertail glider on the reverse, this coin represented both the stability of tradition and the vibrant culture of Australia. Despite the fact that millions of these coins were produced, finding a 1983 1-cent coin today in excellent, untouched condition is becoming more and more difficult. Over the years, most of these coins were used heavily, worn down in daily commerce, and many were eventually removed from circulation altogether when Australia decided to phase out the 1 and 2-cent coins in the early 1990s. The history behind the 1983 1-cent coin without a mint mark is fascinating. It was minted to meet the needs of an active and growing economy, produced with pride to symbolize the Commonwealth under Queen Elizabeth II. However, unlike other years or special issues, this particular 1983 coin was not produced for collectors but strictly for circulation, making pristine examples an unexpected rarity today. Ladies and gentlemen, the absence of a mint mark may seem like a small detail, but in the world of coin collecting, it adds a layer of uniqueness. Mint marks are often used to indicate the mint where the coin was produced, but the 1983 1-cent coins have a clean surface with no mint mark, giving them a classic, undisturbed look that collectors admire. Now, you may be wondering, how many people are actually looking to buy this coin? The answer is more than you might expect. Across Australia and even internationally, thousands of collectors are always searching for high-grade examples of the 1983 1-cent coin without a mint mark. Auction sites, collector forums, and numismatic dealers regularly receive requests for these coins, particularly in uncirculated or mint state condition. Because of this strong demand, the value of the 1983 1-cent coin continues to rise steadily. Right now, depending on the condition, this coin can fetch between 80 to 120 Australian dollars for uncirculated examples. If the coin is graded by a professional service and found to be in mint state condition, the maximum value could easily reach up to $1,500 or even more as competition among collectors increases. The current value, ladies and gentlemen, is proof that this small coin holds big potential. Far from being insignificant, the 1983 1-cent coin is a hidden gem waiting to be discovered and cherished by those with an eye for history and rarity. And as time goes on and fewer high-grade examples remain available, the value is only expected to climb higher. Looking into the future, experts believe that the 1983 1-cent coin could become one of the standout collectibles among Australia's decimal coinage. As more collectors realize the difficulty of finding flawless specimens, demand will naturally grow, and so will the market price. Some even predict that in the next 10 to 15 years, the best examples could command $3,000 or more, making today's investment a very wise decision. Ladies and gentlemen, the emotional value of owning a 1983 1-cent coin goes beyond dollars and cents. It is a tangible connection to Australia's vibrant past, a time when small change carried real purchasing power and when the country was forging its modern identity. Holding such a coin is like holding a piece of living history in your hands. Imagine the pride of owning a coin that so many others are chasing. Imagine the satisfaction of knowing you recognized its true value before the rest of the world caught on. That is the joy of collecting, the thrill of discovery, and the reward of patience and knowledge combined. For those passionate about building a strong, meaningful coin collection, the 1983 Australian Elizabeth II 1-cent coin without a mint mark is not just a recommendation, it is a must-have. It is a coin that represents opportunity, history, and future growth all at once, making it one of the smartest additions you can make today. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever come across this coin in beautiful condition, do not hesitate. Secure it, cherish it, and watch as it becomes more and more valuable with every passing year. Trust the history, trust the demand, and trust that the 1983 1-cent coin is a treasure worth owning. Thank you for joining us today as we shine a spotlight on yet another incredible piece of numismatic art. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and remember, today's small discoveries can become tomorrow's great fortunes. Until next time, happy collecting and keep the passion alive.